On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Critter.
A small or unimportant creature or animal, often used in a familiar or affectionate way.
Examples:
Cute critter. Wild critter. During their camping trip, the kids were excited to go critter hunting in the woods.
Courtship.
The period of time when two individuals go through the process of getting to know each other, often with the intent of forming a romantic or intimate relationship.
Examples:
Traditional courtship. Romantic courtship. The movie depicts an old-fashioned courtship between the two main characters.
Glacier.
A slowly moving mass of ice formed from snow on mountains or near the North Pole or the South Pole.
Examples:
Glacier retreat. Glaciers move tardily. The glaciers of the Ice Age have shaped fjord.
Paddle.
A flat, usually wooden implement with a handle used for stirring, mixing, or beating a liquid or substance.
Examples:
Paddle strokes. Canoe paddle. The paddle boarders glided across the crystal clear waters of the cove.
Mimicry.
The act or skill of copying the sounds or behavior of a particular person or animal, often to make people laugh.
Examples:
Vocal mimicry. Floral mimicry. Some insects use mimicry to avoid detection by predators.
Purify.
To remove harmful substances from something and increase the concentration of it.
Examples:
Purify hydrogen gas. Purify the blood. The equipment is frequently used to purify and distribute drinking water.
Domesticate.
To take control of animals or plants to provide food, power, or company.
Examples:
Easy to domesticate. Domesticate the plant. We domesticate cows to gain milk and meat.
Build up.
The accumulation or increase of something over time.
Examples:
Lactic acid buildup. Huge military buildup. The buildup of stress over time can lead to health problems.
Toxin.
A poisonous substance produced by a living organism, such as a plant, animal, or microorganism, a chemical compound that can cause harm or illness to a living organism.
Examples:
Toxin exposure. Toxin production. Mold exposure can release dangerous toxins into the air.
Carbonate.
A carbonic acid salt or ester that contains the anion CO3.
Examples:
Sodium carbonate. Alkaline carbonate. The explosive chemical reaction does not occur in all sodium carbonate.
Seashell.
A type of shell that once housed a mollusk, typically found on beaches or in shallow water.
Examples:
Seashell ornament. A fossil seashell. I love collecting seashells on the beach and displaying them in a jar at home.
Seawater.
Water from the sea or ocean, typically containing salt and various other dissolved minerals.
Examples:
Seawater pollution. Seawater bacteria. The desalination plant turned seawater into drinking water through a complex process.
Crystallize.
To form crystals from a liquid or solution, to become clear or definite in form or structure, to solidify.
Examples:
Crystallize a concept. Crystallize into reality. As the sugar water cools, it will slowly crystallize into rock candy.
Silo.
A tall, cylindrical structure, usually made of concrete or steel, that is used for storing grain, feed, or other dry materials, a system or structure that is isolated or separate from others.
Examples:
Nuclear silo. Silo organization. The farmer used a silo to store feed for the animals.
Exude.
To emit or release a liquid, smell, or expression gradually and slowly, to display an emotion, quality, or characteristic in a spontaneous and natural way.
Examples:
Exude confidence. Exude charm. The flowers exude a sweet fragrance.
Mimic.
To imitate someone's speech, movement, or behavior, especially to make others laugh.
Examples:
Mimic a human voice. Mimic numerous instruments. He is very popular at school because he can mimic all the teachers' accents.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin, aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Snorkel.
A tube-like device used for breathing underwater, with one end in the mouth and the other above the surface of the water.
Examples:
Snorkel gear, scuba snorkel. The snorkel rental shop provided us with a map of the nearby snorkel sites.
Ventral.
Relating to or situated on or toward the belly or underside of an animal or organ, opposite of dorsal.
Examples:
Ventral fin, ventral hernia. The ventral side of the fish was beautifully colored.
Emulate.
To imitate someone else's achievements, to try to do something as well as somebody else.
Examples:
Emulate a successful business model. Emulate his watercolors. They intend to emulate the footsteps of successful software companies.
Slavish.
Overly submissive or obedient, often to an excessive or servile degree, lacking independence or originality, unquestioningly following or imitating something or someone.
Examples:
Slavish mirror of the original. Slavish loyalty. She was tired of the slavish adherence to outdated traditions in her workplace.
Hairdo.
A particular way of arranging or styling one's hair, a hairstyle.
Examples:
Casual hairdo, bridal hairdo. The hairstylist created a stunning hairdo for the bride on her wedding day.
Carcinogenic.
Capable of causing cancer or promoting tumor growth, cancer-causing.
Examples:
Carcinogenic chemicals. Carcinogenic air pollution. Long-term exposure to carcinogenic materials can result in serious health problems.
Snuff.
Finely ground tobacco that is inhaled through the nose as a form of tobacco use, a type of scented tobacco that is often used for aromatic purposes in candles or incense. Verb, to extinguish or put out.
Examples:
Snuff out the candle. Flavored snuff. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small silver snuff box.
Human-made.
Created or produced by humans, artificial.
Examples:
Human-made climate change. The worst human-made disaster. The bridge is a human-made structure and was built to span the river.
Carving.
The act or process of cutting or shaping a hard material, such as wood or stone, into a specific form or design.
Examples:
A wood carving. carving instrument. The intricate carving on the wooden box was the work of a master craftsman.
Geranium.
A flowering plant of the genus Geranium, often cultivated for its attractive, brightly colored flowers and commonly used in gardens or as decorative houseplants.
Examples:
Fragrant geranium, potted geranium. The vibrant red geraniums added a pop of color to the garden.
Pollen.
A fine powder substance consisting of microscopic grains produced by plants that facilitate their reproductive process through the process of pollination.
Examples:
Pollen allergy symptoms. High pollen count. My allergies flare up during pollen season, making it difficult to breathe.
Tumble.
To fall suddenly, often uncontrollably, to topple or turn over, to decline sharply and quickly in value, quality, or performance.
Examples:
Tumble down the hill. Confidence tumbles as unemployment rates rose. The value of the currency tumbled against major international currencies.
Juncture.
A critical point or moment in time, often indicating a key decision or turning point, a place or point of connection, such as a joint or seam.
Examples:
The juncture of Eastern and Western cultures. Decisive juncture. At this juncture in the project, we must reassess our plans and make some changes.
Nanoscale.
On a scale that can be measured in nanometers, equals 1/1000th of a meter, on a very small scale.
Examples:
Nanoscale device. Things at the nanoscale. This process improves the strength of the metal by controlling the nanoscale lattice structure of the metal.
Kiln.
An oven or furnace used for baking, drying, or firing clay, pottery, bricks, or other materials, typically made of brick or refractory material and heated with wood, coal, or gas.
Examples:
Brick kiln, electric kiln. The pottery was fired in the kiln for several hours to harden it. Evaporation. The process of a liquid changing into a gas or vapor, often as a result of high temperatures or reduced pressure. The gradual disappearance or dissipation of something, such as money or resources.
Examples:
Evaporation cooling. Slow evaporation. The formation of clouds is facilitated by the process of evaporation and condensation.
Jigsaw.
A tool with a fine-toothed blade used for cutting intricate curves and patterns in thin material, such as wood or metal, typically with the blade being reciprocating. A type of puzzle that consists of irregularly shaped pieces that must be fitted together to form a complete picture.
Examples:
Jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw woodworking. The jigsaw blade needs to be changed before we can continue the project.
Diatom.
A type of single-celled algae that is characterized by its ornate and intricate silica shells, which form a distinctive pattern or design when viewed under a microscope.
Examples:
Diatom species. Freshwater diatoms. Diatom fossils can tell us a lot about the history and environment of the oceans.
Silicate.
A mineral compound containing silicon, oxygen, and one or more metal elements, commonly found in rocks and minerals, a type of chemical compound that forms the basis of many minerals.
Examples:
Crystal silicate. Silicate-based materials. The compound contains a high silicate concentration, making it ideal for industrial applications.
Mineralize.
To convert or incorporate minerals into something, such as water, soil, or organic matter. To transform organic materials into a mineral form, often through natural processes.
Examples:
Mineralize bones. Mineralize toxins in the soil. The new soil treatment will help mineralize the nutrients, making them more accessible to the plants.
Brittle.
Easily broken, cracked, or shattered when subjected to pressure or stress, lacking flexibility or resilience, fragile.
Examples:
Brittle bones. Brittle material. The old books in the library were so brittle that they crumbled upon touch.
Lucent.
Giving off or reflecting light, glowing, shining, translucent or clear in appearance.
Examples:
Lucent crystals. Soft lucent light. The sunset painted the sky in a lucent orange and purple glow.
Sponge.
A soft material with many microscopic pores that can absorb a large amount of liquid and is used for washing and cleaning.
Examples:
Sea sponge. Metallic sponge. The tiny marine sponge has existed for more than 500 million years.
Feedstock.
The raw material or substances that are used to make a product, particularly in industrial or manufacturing processes.
Examples:
Feedstock supply. Feedstock procurement. Corn is a common feedstock for ethanol production.
Starch.
A complex carbohydrate found in many plants, including rice, wheat, and potatoes, that is an important foodstuff for humans and animals.
Examples:
Starch granules. Potato starch. When heated, starch molecules absorb water and become thick and gooey, making it a useful thickening agent in cooking.
Biodegrade.
To decay naturally by microorganisms, such as bacteria and fungi.
Examples:
Biodegrade by the microorganism. bioplastic designed to biodegrade. The company's plastic products are easily biodegrade thanks to a unique manufacturing process.
Nitrogenase.
An enzyme found in certain bacteria that is responsible for the biological fixation of atmospheric nitrogen into forms that can be used by plants and other organisms.
Examples:
Nitrogenase activity, nitrogenase gene. The nitrogenase enzyme requires a lot of energy to function properly.
Proton.
A very small particle with a positive charge equal to the negative charge of an electron that forms part of the nucleus of all atoms.
Examples:
Proton decay, proton conductivity. The solar wind is composed almost entirely of electrons and protons.
Anode.
The positively charged electrode by which electrons enter an electrical device, such as a battery or an electrolytic cell, the electrode at which oxidation occurs.
Examples:
Anode material, anode plate. The battery's anode needs to be replaced for it to function properly.
Reversible.
Capable of being turned or done in the opposite direction or way, capable of being reversed or undone.
Examples:
Reversible decision, reversible fabrics. The jacket is reversible so that you can wear it with the fur lining on the outside or the inside.
Juggle.
To manage or cope with several tasks, responsibilities, or situations simultaneously, to keep several things in the air at once, as in a juggling act.
Examples:
Juggle a job and motherhood. Juggle with facts. It can be difficult to juggle work, family, and social life, but finding balance is important.
Pigment.
A substance that gives color to a material, such as paint, ink, or biological tissue, often derived from natural sources or synthetically produced.
Examples:
Skin pigment, pigment accumulation. The use of synthetic pigments in food production has become controversial due to health concerns.
Peacock.
A large, colorful, and majestic bird of the pheasant family.
Examples:
As proud as a peacock. Male peacock. The vibrant feathers of the peacock made it stand out in the garden.
Lotus.
A type of aquatic plant with large, round, floating leaves and distinctive flowers, often associated with spiritual symbolism and cultural significance in Asia.
Examples:
Lotus fragrance. Lotus petals. The serene pond was adorned with beautiful lotus flowers.
Facade.
The face or front of a building, especially a large one, superficial or false appearance intended to conceal something unpleasant.
Examples:
the outside facade of a castle. Facade of wealth. A gentle facade concealed his powerfulness.
Rainwater.
Water that falls from the clouds in the form of rain and is collected.
Examples:
rainwater acidity. Rainwater drainage. The company installed a rainwater harvesting system to collect and reuse it for manufacturing.
Quench.
To drink liquid so that you satisfy your thirst.
Examples:
quench a fire. Quench a rebellion. Her beautiful voice quenched the thirst of an ever-growing audience.
Thirst.
A feeling of needing something to drink, a strong desire for something.
Examples:
a burning thirst. Thirst for authority. He read books to quench his thirst for knowledge.
Beetle.
An insect having a hard shell-like back covering its wings.
Examples:
beetle browse. A beetle larva. In ancient civilizations, the scarab beetle was worshipped as a sacred creature.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Chelate.
A chemical compound or molecule that forms a bond or coordination with a metal ion or other species, often to stabilize or enhance its properties or to facilitate transportation within a biological system.
Examples:
chelate complex. Chelate ligand. The chelate in this fertilizer enhances the absorption of nutrients by the plants.
Embed.
To fix or set firmly in a surrounding mass.
Examples:
embed scripts in the message. Embed a sensor. The company embedded a tracking code in the product's packaging to monitor its shipment.
Dissolve.
To be or cause to be absorbed by a liquid to form a part of the solution, to close down or dismiss.
Examples:
dissolve the sugar. Officially dissolved the marriage. The political party dissolved after much internal fighting.
Mussel.
A type of shellfish that lives in freshwater or saltwater, has a hard, elongated shell and is edible.
Examples:
mussel shells. Mussel cultivation. I ordered the mussels in a white wine sauce for dinner.
Tardigrade.
A microscopic, water-dwelling animal that is known for its resilience and ability to survive extreme conditions.
Examples:
tiny tardigrade. Tardigrade research. Scientists have studied the resilience of the tardigrade, also known as a water bear.
Refrigeration.
The process of cooling or freezing something, especially food, to preserve it.
Examples:
refrigeration car, refrigeration technology. The supermarket had a large refrigeration section with all kinds of fresh produce.
Regenerate.
To improve or renew an area, institution, system, etc., especially by making it more active or successful.
Examples:
regenerate bone tissue, a regenerate sinner. The new CEO's primary mission is to regenerate the company on the verge of bankruptcy.
Encase.
To enclose or cover something in a protective or decorative layer.
Examples:
encase in glass, encase his feet. They encased the fragile vase in bubble wrap to protect it during shipping.
Refrigerate.
To cool or preserve food or other items by using a refrigerator or other cold storage device. To keep something at a low temperature to prevent spoilage or degradation.
Examples:
refrigerate perishable, refrigerate medicine. We need to refrigerate the leftovers to keep them from spoiling.
Locust.
A type of grasshopper that can travel in large swarms and cause extensive damage to crops, can also refer to various other insects such as cicadas or katydids.
Examples:
locust army, locust plague. The locust infestation destroyed the crops, causing widespread famine.
Collide.
To hit something violently when moving.
Examples:
collide head-on, collide in midair. The interests of the two countries collide.
Neuron.
A cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples:
excite the neurons, neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
opportune occasion, an opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Ranching.
The practice of raising livestock, typically cattle or sheep, on large areas of land, often referred to as ranches, for meat, wool, or other products.
Examples:
ranching industry, cattle ranching. The government introduced regulations to ensure sustainable ranching practices.
Ungulate.
A hoofed mammal, characterized by having hooves as their primary means of support and movement, including animals such as horses, cows, deer, and giraffes.
Examples:
Ungulate migration pattern. Herbivorous ungulate. The safari tour allowed tourists to observe various African ungulates in their natural habitats.
Marsh.
A type of land that is always wet and has soft soil, swamp or bog.
Examples:
Marsh bird. River delta marsh. Environmentalists are concerned about the harm to the marsh.
Sparkle.
To emit or reflect bright flashes of light, especially with animation and joy.
Examples:
Sparkle like a gem. Sparkle from receiving light. The diamond sparkled in the sunlight.
Conducive.
Tending to make something likely or possible.
Examples:
Conducive question. Conducive to growth. The quiet and peaceful environment was conducive to concentration and productivity.